This project is to make a reading table for the master bedroom. For dimensions, it has to hold a table lamp, a book, a Kindle, and a smartphone. As I often do, I've made a detailed sketch. Dimensions will be 16 inches wide, 26 inches deep, and I've settled on 22 inches high. Let's get this project started. First cut will be the table legs made from 8-quarter cherry. My local supplier let me buy a 2-foot piece off the end of a really nice plank. The thickness of the planed surface of the cherry was about 1 3/4 inches, so I set my table saw up to make a 1 3/4 inch rip, so each of the legs would be 1 3/4 inches square. With the legs of the reading table now cut on the table saw, I'm going to move on to the drum sander and run each leg through on each of the 4 surfaces in order to make them smooth and uniform thickness. With the legs cut, I'm moving on to the tabletop and the shelf. These will be laminated from 4-quarter material. With the shelf completed, I have the thickness that's needed to put notches in the table legs. A good fit between the notches on the legs and the shelf is all that will hold the shelf in place on the final assembly. So my task is to cut notches in these table legs to hold the shelf, lower shelf. And to do that, I've made a small fixture with just a couple of 45-degree cuts and fastened down to a little carrier board and a little guide. Sit on the table saw like this, and the board sits in here 90 degrees to the table, and then I can run it through and incrementally create the slot for the lower table leg. As always, there's work that can be done on the mill. Here I'm cutting dado slots for the cabinet sides. With the cabinet frame temporarily assembled, I can now start on the drawer box. The box will be cut from a 1/2 inch thick oak plank. The process is simple. The ends of the box will have dado cuts. The bottom will get a 1/4 inch dado cut. This will accept the drawer bottom, which is made from a piece of 1/4 inch thick black melamine. At this point, I'd like to take a diversion from the dull cut, sand, finish process. My shop is located behind my house, and it's not often that I have visitors. This was mid-July, and I was working on a drawer box when a young family walked up to the shop door. They introduced themselves as Jamie and Pete, and they were here on vacation from the Netherlands. As it turns out, Jamie had lived here when she was about 5 years old, and she had childhood memories of the house. So we chatted for a couple of minutes in the shop, and then we went into the house for a nostalgic tour. As we toured through, Jamie recounted many memories of the house and of the horse pen out in the back. I hope you had a really good time visiting Colorado Springs. I really enjoyed you stopping by to see the old place. We now return to sanding. Sanding takes place throughout the build process, but now I'm getting towards the end when I'm just about ready to put a finish on, and I need to do all of the final sanding. I'll be looking for anything like scratches, any saw marks. If there's any kind of a raised surface or something that doesn't quite feel smooth enough, I'll take care of it at this point. We'll use a combination of random orbital sander and hand sanding. Before I do the shellac coat, I'm going to put the face frame portion together. And for this cabinet, there's just 2 pieces. This is the top of the face frame, and it'll go here, and that side, and then the bottom of the face frame, and it goes there. I'm just going to stick the dominoes into the rails to start with. With the sealer coat applied and dry, it's now time to apply a gel stain. To match other pieces I've already completed for this room, I'm using General Finishes Antique Walnut. When finished, I'll let the gel stain dry for a couple of days, and then I can come back and put the polyurethane top coats on. In all, I applied 6 to 8 coats of the polyurethane, with the sides getting the 6 coats and the top getting 8 coats. We'll do it twice if you want. But sometimes the closing with the funk is kind of nice in the video. So, when you're ready. Okay. So next we're going to put the top on. And for that, I'm using these tabletop fasteners. I can pre-start the clips on one side and slide the cabinet over. Probably a little more over here. So, back enough, closer. Okay, and I'll grab the cabinet.
Yeah, okay.
The last thing to do is to put on the electric outlet that goes on the top. And that's what this hole is for. This is the outlet. And it is 2 wall outlets and 2 USB charging ports. tighten it up nice and snug. And that's the electric. Okay. All right, so now we've got pretty much everything assembled. Little power adapters in place. Put in the drawer for the last time. And this project is done.